Anyway, I figured I'd go live because I'm too chicken to go live on my other channels that have more people. And I want to get the practice anyway. But plus, not only that, this is just fun. I already shared with you a couple of videos ago that I'm starting this fat loss quest, and I am chronicling it here. And in hopes to help not only myself but anyone else who's in this same, I would say, mindset that I'm in. I have not yet started it. I am actually a couple days out, and I kind of, was like, okay, let's just ease into it. It's not that huge of a deal. This is a quest. It's not a destination per se, because we are always, making sure that we are doing the right thing with what we eat or how we live every day. So, anyway, a little red wine that is, I don't think that that video has come up yet, but it's not on my foods list. This is also serving as a this is what I'm doing right now type of video, leading up to the fat loss quest, but also a review. Anyone who happens to have potato chips on their meal plan, if they're even doing a meal plan, or if they're eating chips, these wise golden potato chips, this onion and garlic, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm not a huge potato chip type person. I love popcorn and like putting different seasonings on my popcorn and stuff like that. But when it comes to potato chips, I'm pretty selective, I would say, unless there's absolutely nothing else around and I just want to grab something. I'm pretty selective. I don't even buy chips. My husband buys chips. And they're here, and so I'll eat the chips that my husband purchased. But he bought these because these are actually my favorite. These, and I also like, there's another oniony flavored chip by another brand. I can't even remember. But these are just a nice big robust potato chip. They're very delicious, very flavorful. And if you're gonna eat chips, they have some substance to them as well. Potatoes are not on my food list, but in the event when they do start to be on my food list at a certain point in my fat loss quest, when I decide to introduce them, or if my higher self decides to introduce them in, this is what I would be grabbing, because it's very important to not just be eating any kind of junk foods. If you're going to eat something that they consider junk food, if it's something that really, really lights you up, then that's what you have. Not just any old thing. You want to be, like very like you want to put your nose on your forehead for anything that you're consuming, and you don't have to make any apologies for it. It's not guilt. You don't have to feel guilty about it when you eat it, when you consume it. If it is the best thing and you love it, then fall all and lean all the way into the deliciousness and the love for that item, whatever it is. We put so much value on all the different things. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of us struggle, including myself, struggle with, fat loss or with different foods. Some people might have food addictions for various reasons, and sometimes we might gravitate towards certain things for various reasons. And some people are overweight, and it has nothing to do with food. It could be stress, it could be medication. It could be even things that may have happened in your life, and your body is doing this protective thing. So your central nervous system is active. Your fight, flight, freeze mechanism might be running in the background and you don't know it. And so you're holding on to this excess weight. It could be stress. Maybe you're caring for someone. You just never know. And so it's not always about the food that we eat. Sometimes it's the stress and the guilt that we place around the thing that we're eating. Don't do that. Don't be doing that. That's exactly. Don't listen to the haters. I mean, you know what? And the whole thing with the haters. And how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for popping in and communicating. The thing is with the hater and the people on the outside, I think it's important that we zoom out. We zoom out from ourselves and from, like, a lot of times we're up here. And what will people think? What are people saying? And they're looking. But we got to remember those people who are so called hating and saying things and pointing fingers, we are reflections of them. They are reflections of us. And what they see and what they're saying about you on a deeper level, on some level, is what they feel about themselves. No matter what it is they say, that's how people reveal and tell on themselves and tell the truth. They reveal exactly how they're feeling on the inside. It doesn't matter how pulled together they might seem, how much money they might have, how everything seems to be working out for them. It matters not. If they are busying themselves with pointing fingers and hating and talking about you and other people, that's how you know the truth. They have literally pulled the curtain open and showed you their underwear, pulled up their dress, pulled down their pants, and showed you what's really under their holy underwear. They have no idea that that's what's happening. They're projecting. That's all it is. And all I say to that, I might do a little giggle like they don't even know what they're doing. And then I have a little compassion for them. Like they're distracting themselves from what they have going on that they might feel is um, not worthy or undone, unfinished, or a struggle for them. They're distracting themselves from that, and they are looking in a mirror and talking about themselves to themselves, thinking they're talking about you. It's really funny and fascinating. Who else? What do we got going on in here? Not smoking or drinking. We are the good people. If we eat good, not like being dribbler. I'm not sure what that means, but definitely not smoking or drinking. We are the good people if we eat good. I get the gist. I do get the gist. And it's true. And here's the thing too about smoking and drinking. I don't know how this happened. I'm going to say this. I did not I loved a good delicious mixed drink. I was a mixologist. I called myself a mixologist. I didn't go to school for it. But I enjoyed a good drink, like, and then over time, and I never, it was not like, oh, I want to stop drinking or I need to stop. I never thought about it one way or the other. But at some point, and mind you, I'm one of those people, like, if I'm going to cook in the kitchen, like some of the old school aunties or grandmothers, they would have like a bottle of liquor, like in their little cabinet, and they'll just pour a little bit while they're cooking. I was one of those people. And now I'm only champagne and every once in a while some red wine, which is actually going to go bye bye. But somewhere along the way, I vibrated. My frequency vibrated out of hard liquor. I can't even tell you when it happened. But I was one of those people. I would go to the store, and if I walked, even if I drove past or walked past like a liquor agency in a grocery store, I'm in there like, ooh, all of the options. What will I make next? Because it's all kinds of stuff in there. Now I walk past it like it's nothing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's an old 1980s poster from an old movie. And I'm just, and I didn't even try it. It just happened because I vibrated out of it. So what happens is once you get to a certain like vibrational level and your higher self is going to guide you through that, then certain things will fall off. And we do have to eat healthy. That is correct. We do have to eat healthy. But as I mentioned in one of my other videos and one that's coming up, what healthy looks like for one is not the same as another. And it gets very deep. It goes beyond the 3D physical level of how you look at things. It goes beyond eat this and not that. What society has taught us, fruits, vegetables, and and this and they've been telling us all types of things for years, and a lot of the things they share do work, and they are good guides for us all. At the same time, not every physical body is going to, it's not a cookie cutter thing. So you have to tune in with your physical body. And you know what? Let me go back up. There's some comments that I missed, and I apologize. Um, and thank you for the compliments on my hair, because I was wondering about it. It is kind of, like shedding a lot. So thank you so much for that compliment. I feel, like, okay, I'm doing something right with it. Okay, let me see. Okay, being drunk and I'm 10 years old and I know what is right of not drinking alcohol, smoking, not drunk, and I'm 10. Eat healthy. We have to have a great body or you will, like cancer and doing okay, yes. It says that you're 10 years old. Yeah. You're not supposed to be drunk and 10 years old. I'm sorry if I'm misunderstanding that. Drinking and smoking and all of that at 10. No, you're right. We have to be healthy and we have to eat healthy. And because I have a background in holistic health and healing, also the cancer, a lot of people don't realize this, the different ailments and illnesses and diseases also come from not allowing emotions to flow through you and out. Some people stifle their emotions, and that also comes with, sometimes, and it's also relative to some people holding on to weight. They're stifling the emotions, and emotions are energy in motion. And when you don't allow the emotions just flow through, they get stuck in the physical body, and they end up manifesting into different illnesses and diseases if they're just stuck. They have to go somewhere. And it's energy. And a lot of times, people think it's just the foods and the things that we ingest, but it's more than just that. Energy. Anger is a huge one with cancer. Not forgiving, holding grudges, not forgiving yourself for whatever, holding grudges on yourself, other people, and continuing to remain in an energetic loop, stuck in that same story, will have certain illnesses magnifying in the physical body. So it's very important to not only tune in and eat well, but also to understand it's okay to allow those emotions to flow through. Some people don't want to cry. Let the tears out. Say the words. If you're angry, allow that anger to flow through. Be tactful. If you have to have a conversation with someone, that's fine. Specifically with yourself, showing love and gratitude to yourself and being gentle with yourself and allowing those emotions to flow through is truly, truly important. But I can talk about those types of things at nauseum for a very, very long time. Yes, mental health problems, all of those things. Absolutely, absolutely. That is so true, Marvin. Let me see. Are there any other? Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. But if you ever notice sometimes when people go to doctors and the doctor doesn't know like what's causing this, why is this that way? Or, there's this big mystery around stuff. It's because, the doctors, they are trained to do what they do, and that is to treat the physical aspect of the body. But you are more and bigger than the physical body. Okay. This, I call it an earth suit, but you have an auric body that's way bigger than this. And if you're just treating one part of the thing and you're not healing or curing the whole, then it becomes this big mystery, or it's things come back. They come back to the surface. So if someone is being treated for something and it's like, great, I'm all good, but they're not also diving into the other piece where you're holding on to emotions or old traumas that you haven't talked about with a professional or released, you know what I'm saying? That stuff is it's no joke. Staying mad and angry about the same old stuff. It's no joke. Oh, that's okay about the live stream. That's okay. This is something that going live is something that I challenge myself to do because I'm a little bashful when it comes to going live. And I'm like, let me just go live and see what happens. Why not? And I do that periodically, but I want to do it more often on this channel at least. And but that's okay. I'm enjoying this, and I'm gonna cut it off soon because I could talk all day. And I don't want to talk anybody's ears off. But yes, so I just popped in to share what was going on. So in a few days, I will be going into my regular way of eating, the way that my body is preferring, my higher self is recommending. And then after about a month, I will check in again to see. Tomorrow, I believe, the video where I show you how I check in to my higher self and get the downloads about what items I'm going to have on my meal plan. I think that comes up tomorrow, and then the day after, I show bits of the list that I received, the download that the body. I'm asking the body and my higher self, so I show the list of that for everybody, in case anyone wants to try that. And it's not just for foods. You can try it for anything in your life. Okay. All right. Are there any questions so far? I just figured I'd jump on here for fun. I see that there's 11, looks like 11 people. Any questions? Thank you all for hanging out. We'll do some shout outs. Marvin Hernandez, Louis, Tim, shouting you guys out. See how goofy I am with this. Okay, you guys, I don't see any questions. I'm a little goofy and slow, but next time it'll be better. All right, until the next time, live simply and be kind.